Hello, teacher friend. My name is Jocelyn, and I am an online teacher and digital nomad, traveling while teaching both English and Spanish online. If this is your first time on the channel, first of all, welcome, and get ready to hear some tips and tricks that you can utilize in your very own online classroom. This channel is designed to equip you with the tools to be an effective and successful online teacher. In today's video, we are going to talk about Nearpod, which is one of my favorite tools to use in the online classroom. Nearpod allows teachers to create and share interactive presentations and games with their students. Students are able to draw on the slides, they can complete multiple choice questions and quizzes, play different interactive games, and all while teachers can see the progress in real time. So it's a really great tool to use in the online classroom. If you want to learn a little bit more about the different things you can do with Nearpod, feel free to check out my YouTube video, Top Online Tools to Create Games for Your Classroom, and I'll link the video in the description box below. And of course, if you find what we talk about today helpful, please go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe if you are not already subscribed so that you'll get notified of future videos. The focus of today's video is going to be how you can use Nearpod to create a virtual field trip experience for your students. And this is great for the online language class because you're able to visit different places and you can have your student talk about the things that they can see and the different activities that they can do in each of these places. So I'm going to show you how you can create this virtual field trip within your presentation and then go over how it will look from the student side of things and then also the teacher side of things. So without further ado, let's go ahead and head over to Nearpod. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and log into your Nearpod account. If you do not have a Nearpod account, it's totally okay because Nearpod has a free version for teachers. It's called their Silver plan. It's free and it gives you up to 100 megabytes of storage, and you can have up to 40 students join your classes, and you have access to a lot of the basic and standard Nearpod features as well. So go ahead and create an account if you haven't already, or you can log into your existing account. Once you get to your home page within Nearpod, what you're going to go and do is click on this blue rectangular button that says Create. This will give you the option to create a lesson, create a video, or an activity. I'm going to go ahead and click on Lesson. So from here, you can begin to create your very first lesson in Nearpod, and you can add different activities. Like I said, the activity we're going to focus on today is a virtual field trip. So I'm going to show you how you can add that to your presentation. What you're going to do is you're going to click on this blue and white square that says Add Content and Activities. Simply click on the square, and it's going to give you a variety of different activities and content that you can add to your presentation. You can find the virtual field trip in the content section. Down here in the second row, it says VR field trip. Click on this, and from here you can search different locations and add it as a virtual field trip. You can see that they offer some different examples. They have a view of Machu Picchu, they have a view of the Taj Mahal at sunset, they have a view of Santorini, Greece. I'll go ahead and scroll down so you can see a few others. They have an underwater scene, they have a glacier, pyramids of Egypt. So you can go through here and look at some of your options, or you can search different destinations. So for example, I can search underwater, and it's going to give me a variety of different underwater scenes. I can scroll down till I find one that I'm interested in. I'll click on the one that I'm interested in, and then I have the option to preview it before I embed it within my presentation. I'm going to click preview, and this will allow me to see what my students are going to see once they enter the virtual field trip. So by clicking on the scene and dragging with my mouse, I'm able to begin to look around the scene. So it's a really cool experience because it makes the student feel as if they're actually here and they're able to look at this on their very own computer, and either using their computer mouse or their finger on a tablet, they can drag and drop and look around the scene. If you're in a language class, then you could talk about the different colors that your students see, the different things that they see, maybe have them create a story about the area that they're in, right? There are lots of different ways that you can utilize this in a lesson. So if I decide after looking around that this is the virtual field trip that I want to embed in my presentation, I'll go down and hit the blue Done button. This will add the virtual field trip to my presentation. I can add any other content, slides, and activities to this presentation, and once I am all done, I'll click Save and Exit down on the bottom of the screen. This will then bring me back to the home page, and you can see that this untitled lesson that I began to create pops up on my home screen. When I'm ready to present this with my students, I can hover over the lesson and it's going to give me the option to either do a live participation, which is what I would click on if I wanted to present this live with my students, or I can choose the student paced, which is if you were in a hybrid model or you wanted your students to complete this presentation asynchronously, you would click student paced and then you would send a link to your students to access the presentation. So I want to go ahead and click live participation because that's how I facilitate my classes with my students. Once the presentation is loading, you can see here that there's a code that you can send to your students to access the presentation, or you can copy the link, you can email it to your students, send it via Google Classroom, Remind, or Microsoft Teams, depending on how you give classes with your students. I'm just going to X out since I'm not actually presenting this with any students. And you can see that this is the teacher side of things. So when I go to present this with my students, this is what I am going to see on my screen. But you might be wondering, what is your students seeing? Well, the very cool thing about Nearpod is that even though I'm the teacher, I can go over to the upper right-hand corner and there's a little circle with an S in it. If I click on that, that's going to show me the student view. So it's going to show me what the student is seeing on their end. This is definitely something that I suggest all teachers do before they facilitate a Nearpod activity, just so you have an idea of what your student is experiencing on their end. So if they encounter any problems, you can help them troubleshoot with more ease because you already have an idea of what it looks like on the student side. So this is what the student would see. They'd be able to drag and drop with their mouse or with their finger on a tablet, and they would be able to look around the scene, just as we did when we initially previewed it. Also, they can zoom in, again, either with their fingers on the tablet or with their mouse, so they can kind of get a really close-up image of some of the creatures and things that they can experience in the virtual field trip. Like I said before, there are lots of different uses for virtual field trips in your classes. They really make the experience super interactive, and students definitely love to use them in the classroom. Once you're done previewing the presentation in student view, you can switch back to the teacher view by clicking the circle with a T on it in the upper right-hand corner. And from here, you would be able to then go and preview any other slides that you had in your presentation. Once you're all done with the presentation, you can go up to the top, to the very top arrow, click on it, and then this will allow you to leave the session, and you could always resume it later if you need to. From here, it'll just bring you back to the home page where you could create a new presentation, you could create a new activity for your students, or organize the existing lessons that you have. So my friends, that is the very easy way that you are able to create a virtual field trip experience for your students. Nearpod has a huge library of different virtual experiences that you can choose from with your students that make it very quick and easy to find content that relates directly back to your lesson. If you have any other Nearpod related questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comment sections. I would love to take the questions that you have as inspiration for future YouTube videos so that I'm making sure that I am directly answering the questions that you have for your online classroom and helping you be successful. Thank you again so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and found it helpful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. and subscribe so that you're notified of any future videos. It truly means so, so much. And if you want to stay connected, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. I always love chatting and connecting with other teachers or aspiring online teachers. Thanks again for tuning in, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Happy teaching, and bye for now.